it's for me. Directly at me. We're gonna get wet first. We gotta get wet quick. So we can see a little bit over here. We're just gonna have to work with what we can see, because I'm probably not gonna be moving it. It's sticky, and I'm scared of what's gonna happen in the first place when I read it. It's gonna take some faith. I don't know. We'll see. As long as it don't fall, I can see enough to see, just a little section. Oh, you're good. Wherever it's most comfortable for you, because, washing loose hair is like, 2 to 5 minutes, but washing locks is like, takes a minute. So we spend a little time back here, so you want to be comfortable. I hate when people be struggling to get comfortable at this chair, because it's like, ooh, we got to be here too long for you to be uncomfortable. And that's what, kind of see me doing weird stuff, okay? It's because we're close to the ground in my back, and I'm tall and a bit top heavy. So I have to actually spread my legs, because I've been bending over for 20 years, and it tried to put me out of work, okay? Tried to put me out of business. I couldn't work. I figured out that I have to keep my posture right. I don't even want to say figured out, because I remember, shout out to Miss Linda. Miss Linda in hair school told me, if you keep bending over like that, you're going to have to retire, because you're going to hurt your back. And she was right. So I asked her, well, what am I supposed to do then? Because all the shampoo bowls are on the floor, and I'm almost 6 feet. And she said, you're going to have to spread your legs. And so that's why I'm over here doing a half split down here, so I can get to the bowl where you're at. I need to call Miss Linda, actually. My hair school teacher. My teacher from hair school. In, what was it, 2004? Yeah, that's where we're at. So, the most important, I'm gonna just go put it on me. The most important part of washing locks is cleaning the scalp. The scalp is the part that's living and breathing and moving. The scalp is shedding. Your hair's growing, so hair's coming out. Hairs are shedding, so hairs are coming out in another way. Dead skin cells are shedding every day. You got 500 million skin cells every day off of your body. So, like lizards, except it sheds in tiny little flakes instead of a full sleeve of skin. We're shedding every day. So our scalp is part of that. Probably maybe about 50 million off the scalp. If I'm thinking 500 million for the whole body, the scalp might have at least 50 million. So we got dead skin cells, and we got oil coming out. And then we got sweat coming out. So we got all kinds of stuff going on the scalp every day. And so most of where it's dirty at is the scalp. Itchy does not mean it needs oil. Itchy means it's dirty. It's time to wash it. And so getting the scalp clean is the most important part, because locks don't really suds up. Like, you can't just put soap directly on locks and get soap and get bubbles. They won't make bubbles. But afro hair is like a loofah. So afro hair, the loose afro hair at the scalp, is where the bubbles are created, and then you have to push them through the locks to actually get them clean. And it's important to get the scalp clean, because if the scalp's not clean, you're not making any bubbles. And if you're not making any bubbles, you can't get the bubbles to go through the locked hair. And then squeeze and squeeze and squeeze, as I will be showing here in a minute.
How often do you recommend to wash?
So, really, it depends on what you use. But if you're keeping your scalp pretty clean, you shouldn't need to wash it except for when it's time to do it. But I mean, it depends on how much oil you're making also. Because if you're not using anything on it, but you eat fried foods every day, it's gonna you're gonna have an oily scalp still. Because what goes in must come out. And our scalp is one of the favorite places. I don't know why it's not like more widely known that the scalp is like one of the biggest exits of toxins. When we sweat in our head, that's what comes out. Water helps move the soap through. But yeah, I would wash whenever it feels dirty, but shouldn't be dirty very often. I mean, so it's really, like I said, it's mostly about what you put on it and what's coming out of it. So if you're not putting anything on it, nothing bad's coming out of it, you should be able to go 6 weeks easy. You know, which is right around the time when it needs to be done anyway. So it's like it kind of all works together to make, you know. Now, some people have scalp conditions and stuff. I'm not talking about that because that's different. But that's rare. That's not a common thing. A lot of people that I've met had scalp conditions and lost the scalp condition once they stopped using oil. So, yeah.
So you don't recommend anything for it?
For your scalp?
Yeah.
Soap.
Really?
Yeah, washing it. Almost every time you're having itchiness, it's because something's on it. Yeah. Because your own scalp oils are already itchy. Your the sweat and the dead skin cells and the oil that your scalp already got going on is already itchy by itself. So if you add to that, it's just like really making it worse. Or like if you use something really heavy when you twist it, right? Then you're blocking your scalp, so you're gonna start getting flakes right away because they're like up under something and they're trying to come off. They're trying to flake away. So like I have a video where I'm explaining how to clean your scalp. And I don't know what people was expecting, but it was me sitting out there in a chair shaking my hair out, just shaking it, because as long as I'm not eating too much oily stuff, my scalp's not making too much oil, I just got the flakes. Once the flakes build up by themselves, they get a little itchy. So you can just flake those away because they're tiny little microscopic. You can see them on my apron, little white dots, but they're little bitty flakes. But when they mix with oil, they clump together and then they get bigger and then they get visible. And so, yeah, but let's say you don't put anything crazy on there. Scalp's doing good, 4 weeks. 4 weeks, it starts to itch a little bit. You haven't shaken it out or anything. And another thing I recommend after you've been shaking it out and it gets real bad is to like use a wet washcloth to clean your scalp, because you got all these parts you can see. You can get right to them. You can take a towel. I put a towel right on my head and just scratch my scalp through it, because scratching is designed to remove something, right? It's not very effective though, like when you're really itching. So it kind of hurts if you do it wrong. So, but you can scratch through the cloth and like you can actually get like stuff off your scalp and onto the cloth. And then also when I use a wet one, it also is making my hair feel moist again, because oil ain't gonna do that. Oil's not moist, it's oily. Water is the only thing that can actually provide moisture.
Would you recommend like spraying it with water every once in a while?
So, I mean, you can. I have a product. You know, whenever you feel like it needs moisture, I don't feel like it needs moisture. I feel like dry is our natural state of being. Like you're wet right now, but normally you're dry. Most of the time you're dry. You're supposed to be dry. What people be experiencing when they say it's dry isn't even dryness, because it's been dry. It's dirty. By the time they're like, oh, it's stiff and it's not moving and like it's stuck in this position and my scalp is itchy and I look kind of dusty. It's dirt. There's dirt on your hair. It's all over you. Yeah. Well, and because we're walking through our dead skin cells every day. So we're walking through everybody else's dead skin cells, and that, you know, so That's why I tell people, if you're trying to avoid dust, keep your hair covered whenever you don't want to collect dust. Because you can cover it up at all time. I usually have it covered at work. You can cover it to keep it from collecting dust. Because you know, when you go over your grandma's house and she got the light, the curtains drawn a certain way, and you just see the dust floating through the air. It's actually everywhere. It's just, it doesn't hit the same. You can't see it everywhere. Because the flakes that are shedding off of us are supposed to be microscopic. It's not till they mix with oil that they get thick and visible and kind of sticky. Because they're mixed with oil, they're sticky now. Oil is sticky, very sticky. Which I don't even know how we bought for so long. We bought that it was providing moisture or sealing moisture. It literally blocks moisture out. Like the people that have the daily use oil, they have like stiff, hard locks, and like they don't move. When they do move, they move hard. They like look like they'll hurt if they hit you in the face. And like their hair is really hard to wash too. So I know you're not whatever you're using, it ain't a lot. Because I'm able to wash your hair without too many issues. Because I'm telling you, when it's a heavy use oil, client, my soap just disappeared. The soap just keep disappearing. I don't know what the deal is with that. The soap just keeps. I just put it on and it's gone, and I put it on and it's gone, and I do what I'm doing to you. I'm scrubbing, and the soap, it just disappears. It's like there's no soap anywhere. And but yeah, and then when you squeeze it, then you see brown stuff. You don't have no brown stuff. But yeah, like everybody's hair gets a little bit of dirty because it's, you know, when you're walking through the world, especially if you're able to go 6 weeks because your scalp isn't causing any issues, you're going to have some dust. So, but that's not, it doesn't collect dust. Clean locks, and by that I just mean locks that haven't had oil on them. They don't collect dirt as much as like the sticky, like heavy oil use clients have, like really sticky. So their hair is like, when you do get some stuff to come out, it'd be real dirty. And I think it's just, because I don't think it's the oil that's dirty, because I can barely get the oil out. I think it's the dirt that's stuck to the oil that I'm getting out. So yeah, I stuck the oil in there. Afterwards, I'm having to squeeze, and it doesn't. But yeah, water, I have a product. It has, you know, when I say tea tree oil and peppermint oil, those are, you can't really put those directly on you because they burn, because they're very strong. And they're really not really oily. They're more like astringent like. But they come from plants. And I wouldn't put them on directly, but those two and aloe vera is what I use to make the product that I have that you can spray on. But it's still not a daily use thing. Like Locs don't need daily use. They just need as needed. Because usually it's time to get it done. And if it's time to get it done, there's no miracle spray that's gonna get you by, water or otherwise. Because ultimately, think about this. If you walk around for 6 weeks getting dusty, and your hair is starting to get stiff and looking dusty, when you add water to that, it's just gonna get stiff again when it dries, because you kind of wet some dirt. It's like wetting dirt and then letting the dirt dry. So it's kind of like dried up mud now. It might get even stiffer. I've heard people say when they wet their hair, it gets dry, and I don't even know what they mean. I'd be like, what are you talking about? But if you're putting water on dirty hair, that kind of would be what it is, because if you put water on dirty hair, then your hair is going to have mud on it. And then when that mud dries, mud is a little bit stiffer than that loose dirt that was just floating. So maybe that's what they're talking about. I don't know. Because when I'm not locked up, I wet my hair every single day. It's the only way you should even be touching afro hair. If you're going to do something serious to it, you shouldn't be touching afro hair unless it's wet, because you're going to break it. And Locs is really the only thing you can manipulate a little bit. And then even then, you still got to be careful with certain stuff you're doing when your hair needs to be done. If you need to be done, then it's time to get it done, because you're going to cause more problems trying to do all this stuff. But locks you can do stuff with. Afro, you better not put no comb to that hair while it's dry. What's wrong with you?
Right.
And you gotta get the hair that sheds out. Like you gotta get the hair that sheds out if you don't want it to lock or be too hard to comb out if you wait too long. I used to try to comb my hair out once a month and oh my. Just all that matting and stuff and just getting impatient and just breaking it, basically. That's basically what it was, just breaking it. So between a comb and dry afro hair and oil, this is the problem with our community. It is. Oil is a big culprit and combs are a big culprit. Yeah. And still, because I don't like them with locks either. I see a lot of people using them. I don't even know. I haven't seen many people that can do it without it, and I just don't understand. I don't like it at all. Hopefully not. I don't think it's meant for that. Because some things is meant to remove that hair. Retwist?
You talking about when they retwist?
Yeah. They retwist with a comb. I don't know. I don't even know how, because it's like, do the comb be getting stuck? I feel like it does, because combs be coming up broke. So I think it does. The hair gets stuck, the comb gets stuck, and then you gotta yank it out. I don't like that. I don't like combing it to smooth it, because you don't need to. I've been doing it the whole time for almost 20 years now without no comb. Except for starters. And then I was just telling one of the girls yesterday, I used to do starter locks with a comb, and then I would do their retwist with a comb every time they came back for like 4 months. But what I started to notice after I realized like hair locks, because it sheds every day, is that there were hairs in the comb. And if there's hairs in the comb, that means those hairs came out of their head. They probably were just hairs that shed naturally, but hairs that shed naturally are what you need to lock. So if they're in my comb, then I'm slowing down their locking process. And I noticed that when I stopped retwisting with a comb, like I would start with the comb, and then every retwist I would just do it like I always do without the comb, like if they were mature, and they lock faster. And everybody started locking faster, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm not doing that. Like the girl I originally learned with, that's how she did it, so I just was copying off of her. And when I realized it though, it was funny because I told her, and she was like, oh, okay, well, everybody got their own way. It's like, girl, it locked faster. And that was the biggest thing, because every time I start somebody's locks, that's all they want to know. When are they going to lock? Are they locked yet? How long is it going to take? How much longer? You sure they not locked yet? People give up, you know? So I figured, get it done fast. Figure out the fastest way. But that's still healthy, because I'm not doing extensions. Okay, we're gonna do a deep clean, so we can give this a little bit more juice. But yeah, you don't really need it. It's not dirty.
I'm surprised. It's been a while.
You keep it clean. And I appreciate that.
No, it's definitely itchy.
Yeah. I do appreciate that. Well, then this is going to be refreshing then.
So what do you use when you're retwisting?
So it's a product that I make, which is mainly aloe vera gel. I like aloe. Aloe is really amazing. But yeah, that's pretty much the main part of it. The majority ingredient. I can't give you my whole sauce. I sell it though.
Oh,
That is sale. Yeah.
No, I thought it was crazy because that lock-in gel that everyone likes to use, my hair would itch.
I hate
like
that
I was
stuff.
gonna die.
It's edge control. It's edge control, and you should not be putting. I don't like edge control for edges, but you should not be putting edge control over your whole head, man. You shouldn't. It just blocks your whole scalp. So yeah, I know it's itching. Did y'all hear that? I'm so glad you said it. I've been saying it for so long. Why are y'all using that? It's gross. People don't like it. When you scratch, it's all in your nails. It makes your pillowcases all nasty. It makes your scarves all gross. Like, nope. And I don't even think that stuff's oily. But as with anything else, if you use too much of it, or if you use it, that stuff's hard to wash out. So it gets trapped in your locks, and it attracts sticky. It's sticky, so it attracts stuff. So yeah, I don't like that. But mine is no light. You've had it before. Yeah, I've been using it for. Time just be flying, and I'll be just keep saying the same amount of time. So I've been saying 10 years for like a while now. So it's probably like 12 or 13 years by now. All right.
I couldn't remember, but I was like, let me not talk bad about Loc-Din before she uses
No,
it.
no, ma'am. No, if it itches you, trust me, I don't use that. Because so how I developed my product was years and years ago. I was working with the girl that I was first working with when I first started learning how to do locks. She had a product that she was using. It was called Lock Butter, and I haven't seen anything like it since then. But I think it was just like some shea butter mixed with some oils or something. It was really greasy, but it made the hair smell good, and I didn't use a lot of it. It had a nice shine, so I was using that. But when we parted ways, she wouldn't tell me where to get it. And so I just started using different stuff on the market. And my clients was like, no, I hate that. No, they like, that was itchy. That was flaky like crazy. That made me want to wash my hair in 2 days. That was stiff and hard. They basically critiqued everything that I used until, actually, I used everything on the market. I used the Carol's Daughter and the Mango Lime. And well, Mango and Lime wasn't even out back then. But when it came out, I used that. They were like, but I ended up start mixing different stuff. And I just started mixing different stuff and trying different stuff. I was looking for a certain consistency, but I was looking for something that wasn't gonna have people itching and flaking. And that's when I used the product that I use now, that I've been using and selling for some years now. Everybody was like, whatever you used last time, that was the best thing ever. Don't ever change it. And I was like, good, because I really like the way that it worked too. And now I make it in bulk. And I need a manufacturer. So if anybody knows anybody, I need a manufacturer. Because right now they want, basically $10,000, which I think is not bad. I just don't have $10,000. Because the way that they want me to do it is after I pay, I think it's $5,000 to get the product made, and it's a certain amount of product. I need to send them enough jars to fill up all that, which I'm guessing is probably gonna be like another $5,000. When I looked it up, it was like, okay, so $10,000. But then they're gonna send me all this product, so I gotta also have some place to put it. I don't have that either. I have a shop here, but there's not a lot of extra space. So I might have to get some storage when I do it. So yeah, but that would be lovely because I am exhausted by all the stuff that I have to do. Yeah. It's just another thing on a long list of things. I'm exhausted, so, but I do it for y'all. I do it for the people. But yeah, this is the first Thursday that I've worked out here in a while, because I moved like an hour away, and so I work out there.
Oh, where is that?
It's a town that doesn't barely exist, but it's called Oxford. It's like, I'm like 20 minutes between Loganville, Covington, and Conyers. So kind of out in the country though. Like no traffic out there, and it's peaceful. I got some land, so I'm not mad about it. Nice. But it's a long drive. So I wasn't making it as much, but it was mainly I took the time off because my back was hurting real bad, and so I had to rest it, and I didn't want to take like all the time off and just like people saying take 2 weeks off, but I just didn't know if that was gonna help. So I just was like, I'm just gonna work part-time for a while. And so I was coming out here Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And then I cut Wednesdays off too. So then I was just coming out here Monday and Friday, but I need dollars. I gotta work. I was like, my back's feeling better. It's not 100%, but it's better that I'm not, like, cause I was in tears. I was in a lot of pain. And people were like, what part of your back? Because everybody was making suggestions, but it was like the top and the bottom. It's bending like this at the shampoo bowl and then at the chair. And you'll probably find out, because the way that, I don't know, whatever I be doing, I think I'm heavy-handed or something. I don't know. People say it doesn't hurt, but I still think I'm heavy-handed, because when I go to lift the hair, by the way, everybody do like this. and then I can't reach them. And then I try to follow them, and that's what be killing my back.
Okay.
And so now I just tell people to press their head into my hand. So if you feel me push, just push back into me, because I still need you right in the sit-up position, right where you was at. I don't want you to go nowhere. I'm gonna say goodbye to the people. They all left anyway. Bye, y'all. I didn't see no comments.